Hi, ladies and gentlemen. I welcome you to another weekly market forecast session with Yemi Olaleye. This is presented to you by FX Pro, and we're starting off for this week covering for 24th of August to 28th of August 2026. And let's begin with the fundamental outlook, which we have right here, focusing only on the high impact news, which Monday, Tuesday, we have no high impact news at all. On Wednesday 26th, we have AUD coming up with CPI 2:30 a.m. Nigerian time and 1:30 p.m. US dollar for core PCE price index monthly by monthly release. On Thursday, we have no high impact news at all. And on Friday, the last trading day of the week, we have 1:30 p.m. for Canadian dollar coming up on the GDP monthly by monthly, as well as 3 p.m. Nigerian time. US dollar federal chairman will be speaking, and we'll talk about the prelim benchmark payrolls revision also at that 3 p.m. Nigerian time. And also, all day long for day 2, Jackson will be speaking as a symposium. So these have high impact news on US dollar for this week. Also, we have high impact news on AUD, and let's see how that is going to impact everything and every decision we're going to be taking for this week. And quickly, let's move into the technical business. All right, right here we have the DXY, which determines a lot about what we want to do concerning US dollar. Last week we expected more bullish momentum overall on the weekly time frame perspective regardless, but last week we had significant drop on DXY, which also shifted the entire structure that we're looking for. So right now we'll be looking for a little bit of sell momentum before we have the opportunity to buy to this price level, as we always claim. So basically, we're trading what the market is showing on the daily time frame perspective. When we have this kind of candlesticks formation pattern for 2 days, it means we can have a bit of sell again before we start buying off, and I'll be expecting reaction from here or expecting a reaction from here. So going forward quickly for this week, we won't be expecting much from this market than expecting a bit of sell on DXY before we have more buy. I don't know how long this is going to take, but honestly, this is what my opinion is on this particular one. So quickly, if I go to the 4-hour time frame perspective, this is what I will be looking at. I'll be waiting to see more reaction of this zone right here. All right, I'll be waiting to see the price actually selling down bits and giving us more buy overall right there. So this will be my projection for this week on DXY. However, tomorrow we start with the markets recap session, so we're going to talk about this more. All right, quickly I move to the Euro-US dollar, and this on weekly time frame perspective, you're going to see that the price is actually giving a buy vibe, and with this buy vibe, it only means we should be expecting a bit of buy more before we start selling. Before now, we've always been waiting to see how the price of this Euro-US dollar will smash down to this level and give us some buy opportunity, then to this level give us some buy opportunity before we continue the journey. But for now, what we have is a bit different, and we have to go with what the price is showing right here on the daily time frame perspective. Let's bring it clearer. Daily time frame perspective, all I would say is I would rather wait for a bit buy momentum again, and before I see a sell. Right here, I see opportunity for a buy on the daily time frame perspective. Rather, I still see I still see another one just below on a lower time frame perspective. Now, that being said, if I go to 4-hour time frame, I need to refine these levels which I just marked for you, and let's see that on the 4-hour time frame. On the 4-hour time frame perspective, this is how it looks like. As you can see, the price is already at a rejected zone, and I said I will be expecting it to still buy a little bit more right here or within this range before it starts dropping regardless. But I'll be expecting this level to hold the price significantly here for a buy momentum. However, if that level is broken, which most likely is going to be broken, I'm expecting this level to also hold the price. So for me, for this week, this would be my projection on Euro-US dollar. And however this moves, seriously, you have to trade with proper risk management. That's what really counts now. Okay, so that being said, I'm going to take this off and we move straight to the next one we have right there. This is Great Britain pounds US dollar, and if you check the reaction of this one over the time, it's also have been giving some vibe which also moves like the Euro USD. On the weekly time frame perspective, we have a bullish energy right there, and with that, it means we might be waiting to see more sell. Rather, to see this, we wait on the daily time frame perspective, or we wait on the 4-hour time frame perspective. But let's see this on the 4-hour time frame. Let's look at this carefully. Look at what the price has created here. We have a bullish opportunity here, but it makes more sense on the lower time frame. Let me show you on the lower time frame, like 1-hour time frame. This is an immediate opportunity for a sell right there, because if the market moves this way, we're going to be seeing a buy opportunity of this level right here. So with this now, it gives us an opportunity to see an earliest move on Great Britain pound US dollar. However, this can actually be a bullish momentum to clear this high before it starts this entire sell energy, which we're talking about. Like, it can do something like this before it starts doing this movement. But regardless, anyhow, this move, we have an idea on exactly what we want to do going forward. On the 4-hour time frame again, let me make this a little bit clearer. On the 4 time frame, we have another zone sitting just below the price here, and this is the level I'm talking about. This is it here, where the price can also be smashing into all the way from here, and we'll be having that buy momentum at this price level around 1.3500 thereabout. So this is the projection I have on this one, particularly for this week. And let's see the next one we have, which is the great that should be AUD/USD. I'm not looking for anything spectacular of this zone really, but on 4-hour time frame, I want to see this reaction. I want to see this guy actually sell into this level, give us some buy, and smash through later and come back into this level and give us some buy again. This one is what I'm expecting to see on AUD/USD. Ordinarily, I would have been putting things like this, but I told you in the last session we had last week that you may not find me doing all these things every time, so you just have to bear with that. And sorry, I'm not using my usual device, so you're going to manage and cope with this. Tomorrow when we have the recap session, I'll be back with my usual device, so I may take some time to break some things down further, but I believe it's going well right now. Okay, so that is AUD/USD. That's my projection on it. And however, let me just move to the next one without, not let me waste time, not let me talk about I don't want to repeat those words. Okay. That's AUD/USD. So let me go to the NZDUSD. NZD/USD, last week we expected it to sell from here, which it did. It sold little, but it picked up again, and it must have broken our break even. If not, its stop losses, for those that didn't trade with break even or with stop loss, it must have hit or broke some portfolio somehow. But however, this is what really matters at the end of the day, is how well you secure your portfolio. Okay, so this can be giving us a sell momentum in the nearest future, and we'll be expecting a buy to get to we'll be expecting a buy from here, whereby we expect the market to actually sell all the way down here and give us some good bullish energy. Right here too is another zone where we can be waiting for, as a demand level is concerned, we can be waiting to see that spot for a buy right here. At what price exactly? If you check it out, is 0.5826 thereabouts is where you have this sitting right there. So this is what I'll be expressing on NZD/USD. If we talk about this in the future, in fact, we might have opportunity of still looking for a price level where the market can be functioning with, can be reacting with, around this level right here. So all of this makes more sense when we are on the right direction of trend. That is what really counts now. So that being said, let's move to the next one, which is the USDCAD. On USDCAD, for example, on the daily time frame perspective, let's see if we have anything. It has been selling massively selling, and currently it's sitting around the zone. We should be expecting a bounce off that level, right? If you look at what the price has done here before now, you see this is the rejection right before now, and what we have here is a still significant movement. But we have the rejection here, we have the rejection here too. So excuse me, we might be having a bit of movement like this that comes to test this level before we have further momentum going upward. But all of that being said, I'll take you to the 4-hour time frame where it makes more sense, and we don't have to repeat these words. On 4-hour time frame, this is simply what I'm looking at. I just want to restructure this thing. All right, on 4-hour time frame perspective, this is what I'm looking at. I'm looking at this zone. This is 1. I'm looking at this zone. This is 2. These are levels I will be expecting the market to respect and sell from in the nearest future. But just before then, on the lower time frame, we also have opportunity to see something similar to that. But let's check it out on 1-hour time frame perspective. Let's see if we have it on 1-hour time frame perspective. On 1-hour time frame, this is what we're looking at, because this is what the market has done over the last week, and honestly, we can't deny that we are seeing this. It's there, right there. So this one particularly, I'm going to put it this way. If we have the price giving us a buy limit order just around here, this is a good spot. We're looking for a buy till the price gets here. This level right here is where we're looking for a short-term sell opportunity too, before the market continues to buy. This can give as much as 1.2, 1.3, 1:2, 1:3 stop loss risk reward ratio. So let's see how that goes as well. So these are the 2 points I'll be giving out on USDCAD for this trade. Let's take this trade seriously and trade them with proper risk management. Okay, trading with proper risk management, that is what really matters to me. if you want to last in this business, you have to trade with proper risk management. It will sound like we always say this because that is exactly what it takes to be a profitable trader. So yes, without wasting time, this is what I have on USDCAD for this week on 1 hour time frame perspective. This is this is a short-term opportunity whereby intraday trading opportunities show up here, so we can't deny the fact that it's there. So we talk about it, and let's see how that goes. I'm not going to talk more again on this one particularly, but let's see and watch out for this one particularly. All right, on 4 hour time frame perspective, this is how it's going to look like. However, don't forget, we say we're still looking for more buy overall, so no matter what happens here, we're still looking for more sell here, a little bit of sell here, then we're looking for more buy overall on higher time frame perspective. I believe that makes more sense, right? So quickly, I will move to the next one, which also have to do with USD. That is the USDCHF or USDJPY. I really have nothing much rather to say here. On the weekly time frame perspective, it is very simple instruction, guys. I said look forward to see more buy, because right here is where we want to see a sell from, okay? And that means we'll be expecting more buy from the market to do something like this later. So with this now, it is very clear that we really have nothing much to focus on right there. But on 4 hour time frame perspective, let me show you how it looks like, and that is why I do not want to have any structure, any drawing on this one anymore. I just want to focus on a long-term buy momentum on this one, whereby we have the price, no matter what it does here, probably do something like this, and we get here, sell a bit more, and we smash it again in the nearest future. So do you see that? That is what I'll be expecting to see on the USDJPY. And I move to the next one, USDCHF. I've thought about this for a very long time, that we're stuck in between those opportunities. Do you remember all the time we're stuck here? I was talking about it, that nothing is really happening, but I'll be expecting the price to either go here to give us some sell momentum, or to come here to give us some buy momentum. And as a matter of fact, we have two zones which I drew out before then. If you remember, I had two zones which I drew out for you. One is here, one zone is sitting just right here for you to take opportunity for a buy. That zone was smashed through, which I said already that was on the 4 hour time frame perspective. So I said this is a 1 hour time frame perspective where I got this angle for. I also put it out there that if this level is taken out, which most likely is going to be taken out, looking for the extreme of 1 hour right in here, that if the price gets there, I'll be looking for more buy. So all along, what I've said is very simple. I say, guys, look out for more sell on the USDCHF till the price gets to these zones before you look for a buy. And last week the magic happened, and look at this entire sell. It was so massive. So currently it's giving a buy sell with low momentum, and I will only expect it to do something like this. It just makes more sense if it does. If it doesn't, it's no problem, it's fine. But overall, this is what we're looking at. But for me, USDCHF is a good one for this week. I'll be checking it out, how it's going to give us a buy momentum. But I would love if it actually moved this way. This is when I'm going to really enjoy it. All right, that is for USDCHF. Now let's move to the next one. GBPUSD JPY, I have nothing on it. I don't have anything to say around this one particularly. Looking for more buy on it overall. In GBP AUD, this was massive. You know, I had two zones on this one too, which I shared with you last week. I said we either come here to have more buy opportunity, or sorry, to have more sell opportunity, which is right here, or we either have a zone whereby the price we get to at this level before we have a buy, and the price was sitting just in the middle. I say it was very tricky, but last week it started moving. Let's see if we are going to see more bullish momentum from this zone. So overall now we've had more sell on GBP AUD, and let's see for this week if the price is going to hit this zone. If the price does, fantastic. That means we'll be buying off this level for this week, and that is very, very good. Okay, quickly let's move to the next one, which also has a significant impact. This is the USDCAD. Much range to the downside. I have no interest. If I'm seeing the price around there, that's when I wanted to sell from, but currently the price is not doing that. Zones below is not neat enough. I'm going to skip this guy. Honestly, I am not interested for this week. If anything comes up, probably tomorrow I'll have more time to check it out, but for today, nothing. USDCAD for real, this on weekly time frame perspective, sorry, I say USDCAD, gold US dollar, gold US dollar, pardon me, gold US dollar. On this one particularly, let's see what we have. Gold US dollar, what we have on gold US dollar. Last week was a bullish one for it on the weekly time frame perspective, just like the previous week was a struggle for a buy, but last week was a significant buy energy. And with what we are looking at right there, it means that we may have some bullish momentum again till the price gets to this previous high structure and mitigate around the zone. That being said, again, when we go to a lower time frame perspective, like going to daily time frame perspective like this, sorry, I have to switch this thing back and forth every time. Okay, sorry. So this is the daily time frame perspective. I saw on Wednesday we have massive bullish momentum. On Thursday we have range. Friday we have a bullish momentum too. And this also leaves us with some level of reservation for a caution buy now, which means we're going to be buying truly, yeah, but we're going to be very cautious about how we're doing it, because right there you might be seeing some sell momentum, and also this level and this level also holds significant potential for a buy in the nearest future. And let me break that down further to how you can really see it in a clear picture. In clear terms, on 1 hour time frame perspective, let's be honest, this looks good for a sell, but I can't say I will join a sell immediately now with what the structure is showing on the higher time frame. However, on the 1 hour time frame perspective, we can actually see the price moving down, and we have a zone we'll be checking out for it. If you check this on 1 hour time frame, we should be seeing something like this here, which is a demand level, and we can't deny the fact that this has played out so much times that we can remember. This is it right here. This is a 1 hour time frame perspective, whereby we can actually see the price of gold bouncing to in the nearest future, bouncing off to this level. This is a very good demand zone right there, and it's a signal for where we should be buying from. That being said, if you go to 4 hour time frame perspective, let me show you one for our 4 hour time frame perspective. We have a zone just below that level as well, which was here, but I don't want to deal with that zone since I've gone to 1 hour already. This is another zone which is a very nice one. We can actually see the price coming inside that range in the nearest future, but I've gathered one on 1 hour time frame, and if the extreme is on 4 hours, I think I will go with the extreme, which is the 4 hour time frame. So let's watch out for this. Let's see how this is going to play out. Let's see how the market open, and tomorrow when we begin with the week, we're going to talk much on it, and I'm going to share more idea and context onto all of these that I've shared already. On BTC US dollar, what do we have? Last week I told you guys that you should be expecting BTC to actually smash $74,000 $74,000 US dollar, right? And honestly, it was massive. This was last week. We had a full-blown experience in the bullish direction for last week on BTC US dollar. So for today, I'm taking off these guys. I don't know how I skip this. I'm taking off all of this. I'm not interested to see them anymore. They've delivered exactly how we projected it. But what else? We're looking for more reaction. All right, this is a very extensive bullish momentum, so which means the price can actually leave some money on the table around the price level like this. We can see the price bouncing in here and giving a reaction. We can see the price bouncing off the zone, giving a reaction before we start buying again. Overall, this might be a genesis of a mighty sell again, which I'm not willing to see actually, because this entire bullish momentum was so massive and nice than to expect it to now come back again and begin to struggle. But it is the market for a reason. I have nothing to say about that, but all I am saying is there are zones that we have potential buy in the nearest future. One of them is here, one of them is here, and one of them is here, and which of these will actually play out? That is the real question. So I'm going to wait and see the reaction in the market. I would have loved to see this one playing out and giving us that buy momentum to break out this previous high again. That is on BTC US dollar. Don't forget, this is exactly what I'm seeing out on the market, and this is exactly my own opinion. If you have other opinion, if you see it in different direction, please do it to follow your own opinion. This is just an educational content for you to know exactly where you're waiting to see the market reaction of this week. And this right here is a weekly deal, is a weekly zone which I'm expecting the price to get into before we have a quality sell that is going to determine where else we are buying into in the nearest future. And this is the weekly time frame for BTC US dollar. I believe you really enjoy this because we've been doing this week in, week out, and it's been profitable all along. And I want to congratulate those that are following. Truly, it's going to make more sense. Just keep on going. All right, with that, I think I'm done. Nothing else I want to talk about for today. Crude oil, nothing. It didn't tap into the level we talked about, but it kept on buying. No fundamental outlook for now, so I think it's a bit dull for now. Nothing is really interesting on this one. Let's say on 1 hour time frame. If you have any technical outlook on it on 1 hour time frame, let's talk about it. If there is none, honestly speaking, I'll be more than happy to say this is what we have for this week. And for real, it looks like this is what we have for this week. However, there is some zone here which is a low budgeted zone for me anyways, which I'm not really expecting to really play out. However, there's another one here we can't deny the fact that it's there. So I will just wait, pretend, and assume that something will happen globally and it's going to make the price just crash from $86 to $82, which is seemingly fair. But let's just wait. Let's see how these things unfold. It's going to make more sense. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. Subscribe, share, and comment to this. It's going to make more sense going forward. I wish you a profitable week ahead of you, and through proper risk management, have a blessed week ahead of you.